Today, we are going to be showing you how to travel Mykonos, Greece. Now, the first thing you should know is that Mykonos is known as Greece's party island. During the tourism season, almost 7 days a week, you'll be able to find a crazy party on the beach, a villa party, or in town. There's almost a party going on every night of the week. But despite that reputation, I've been really surprised by how much more Mykonos has to offer than that reputation. If you're coming to Mykonos, this is the video you need to watch before getting here. From nightlife, hidden beaches, how much it costs, and how to get around, this is how to travel Mykonos. Now first, to get here, you got three options. You can fly, you can ferry, or you can swim. Now because we were flying into Athens, we took the ferry. It was about 65 euros per person, and flying was anywhere from 2 to 3 times more, especially when you factor in luggage. Now when you get here, be ready to potentially wait for a taxi, because there are only 30 on this island. It blows my mind, I don't understand it. But if you don't mind paying an arm and a leg, then pull out the Uber app because you can order one. But literally for us to take a 5-minute Uber was being quoted at 35 euros. So we waited. Eventually a taxi did come and only charged us 15 euros for 5 minutes. Now the next thing to do is check into your hotel, and for us we had the extreme opportunity of staying here, Kapatago, and this has been one of the most incredible places I've ever stayed. Overall, this hotel is a bucket list place, but I'll tell you more about it later. So now that you're all checked in, you need to find a way to get around, and you've got two options: either rent a vehicle or rely on someone else to drive you. And if you're gonna follow any of these recommendations that I'm gonna give you that get you out exploring Mykonos beyond just the town, then you're gonna wanna rent. And there's really 3 vehicles. There's a scooter, an ATV, and a car. I personally chose the scooter. It's the cheapest and the most fun way to get around, and that cost me about 35 euros per day, and that was the best deal I could find. So to get around the island won't take you that long. It's probably 20 to 30 minutes to get from one side to another, but once you start getting off the beaten path and exploring, it'll take you to some seriously stunning places. What do you think?
It's scary when you're riding with one hand.
I can do none.
Uh-huh.
Now I should add, they did ask for a driver's license, and I don't know if I could have rented one without it. We're not in Bali anymore. If you're ready to go explore, get on that vehicle and head over to Kapadi Beach. Now this little paradise isn't exactly a hidden gem, but it's more of a local favorite. So this right here is a little paradise, and I cannot take full credit for this, but I'll tell you who is. This guy, Nick. Dude, this is a spot. So I've been warned, the water's beautiful, but it's also very chilly. We're not in Oh my gosh, I was not ready for that.
Do it, Christian. Go for it.
So after an amazing little swim over at Kapadi Beach, we've just come to 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏, which is a place to get some seafood. Now 𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗏 is a Mediterranean restaurant with amazing food and a view that's just as good. So this is already incredible. We're right by the marina on the water, and so you've got a spread here of Mediterranean. We've got some hummus, tzatziki, although it's pronounced 𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧𝗧 recommend trying the moussaka, and one of the Greek dishes I loved was the 𝗧𝗥𝗕𝗦𝗏 prawn, which is just phenomenal. All in all, the meal will cost you about 30 euros per person, but you're gonna start to see that that's kind of the norm here on the island. It's very rare to find anything for under 20 euros per person. Get back on your scooter or your ATV and let's head into town. So right behind me here is Mykonos Town, and this is by far the most densely populated area. It's where you got a lot of hotels, restaurants, clubs. The city is so beautiful, especially this one area called Little Venice, which is where all the restaurants are, right on the boardwalk, which brings you so close to the ocean that when a big wave comes in, you get splashed. It honestly feels like a fairy tale. And within just a few minutes walk, you can find yourself here at this beautiful church. And trust me, after I've seen some of the people and what they were doing here in Mykonos, they really need to come here. And another close walk away are these iconic Mykonos windmills. Excuse me, have you seen the windmills?
Yeah, they're over there somewhere.
Ah, okay. Cheers, man. I'll keep looking. You can tell it's a windmill because it's got the mill and the wind. And if you're into shopping, this is the place to do it. Personally, I hate shopping, but I didn't have much of a choice when my airline lost my luggage. Almost every clothing article you see has a €200 price tag on it, so I'd say shop wisely. So we're playing a game, it's called Guess the Price.
I can't tell. They don't even have the price.
The last store we went into, a skirt and a little top was going for €900. Who's shopping here, man?
Excuse me, how much is this?
And the price is $540. What the fuck? Now if you're looking for a cheap and cheerful meal, then what you definitely want to check out is Souvlaki's story. Nick brought us here and I gotta say, it was filling, it was relatively affordable, and it definitely lived up to the hype. A gyro, I thought it was pronounced gyro, it's a gyro, is basically like a pita with some meat inside of it. You can get chicken beef, you get some french fries tossed in there, some tzatziki, and your life is just absolutely bliss. So that was about $10 per gyro. Might not sound that cheap. By standards of Mykonos, that's about as affordable as it'll get.
Sorry, man.
Any words of wisdom?
Live your life like I did, because I put my shirt in the back of my pants.
Thank you so much for that. For the days where you don't want to go out and party, one really cool thing that you can do in town is they actually have an outdoor cinema. Every night around 9 p.m. they have a new movie going on.
A cinema dinner during the movie Under the Stars
It's so
in
beautiful.
Greece.
That's a vibe. Now, one of the great things of visiting Mykonos in June is the weather. It never gets quite too hot, and unless it's super windy, it never gets that cold. And the best thing is, the sun does not set until like 10 p.m. To take full advantage of these long days, I highly recommend taking a sunrise cruise. So, one of the best things you can do in Mykonos is leave it. We're heading out with a group of friends. Hello, everybody!
Hello!
We're going to a yacht today. Is it that one with the helicopter?
No, it's that.
You sure? So we're doing a little sunset mission today, and we're here with 𝗦𝗨𝗕𝗦𝗢𝗡 Yachting, and this is their beautiful catamaran yacht. If ever you're looking for good sunsets, the cheat code is just to come to Greece. Literally, we have not had a fail yet. This is like our 4th night, and it's been some of the most beautiful sunsets. They cooked us dinner, and they even had their own 𝗏𝗏 wine. If you want to celebrate life, I think that's how it's done. Now, later that night, we got our first experience of the Mykonos nightlife. We went to the most popular beach club on the entire island called Scorpios. And I was a little bit worried because the day before, our friends got turned away at 7 p.m. because it was too busy. We showed up at 9 p.m., but Ruby pulled some strings, did some smooth talking, and we got in. Now, there wasn't any cover for us, and I was actually kind of surprised the drinks were only €17. I'm kind of shocked I'm saying that, but compared to other places, it's actually not the worst. But overall, the music was amazing, the club is so beautiful, the location is insane. The only thing that wasn't quite hitting that night was the vibe of the people there. And I don't know if it was just an off night, but people were kind of chill, which could be also a good thing if you're looking for that. Good morning, guys. Today is such an amazing day. For whatever reason, my body wanted me to get up early, and I actually got up before sunrise. It's not very often I take a moment to slow things down. Waking up with the sun has been extremely, extremely special. And I hope for you, you get to see this place for yourself, because for those that find their place on this island, it is super, super exceptional. Now, if you didn't go out, then this is for you. Start your morning by heading to the Lighthouse. On the northern tip of Mykonos is this beautiful hillside where you'll catch a beautiful sunrise. Not only did we admire it from this viewpoint, but we actually made use of the hills by going on a bit of an excruciating run. Let's just say if you're looking to explore the island while getting in a good workout, with these inclines and these views, this is your spot. Alright, hold up for 1 second. If ever you've wondered, the best way to get ahead on social media today is to give value. Showing you the top 20 things to do in the Philippines or how to travel Mykonos. Videos like this are the ones that will give you immense value, the kind you'll share with your friends and maybe even grandma if she likes to party in Mykonos. And when it comes to delivering value on information like this, there's one resource I heavily rely on, and that is Storyblocks, today's video sponsor. Storyblocks is a database of over 1 million copyright-free clips that allow you to overlay the visuals that you're talking about. You can make your information-based videos visually compelling and do it for one single subscription that's incredibly affordable. If you want to see for yourself how it's more than possible to grow today on social media, then get started with Storyblocks as one of your storytelling tools, because it's going to elevate your content and take you to the next level. All right, back to Mykonos.
Wait, do you guys hear that? You're saying they haven't subscribed yet? Really? Seriously, man? I'm out here sweating for you in Mykonos and you haven't even subscribed yet?
Now, if you've made your way to the Lighthouse, you're already in the north, so your next spot is kind of en route. Go check out St. Nicholas Church. It is stunning, and this one is a truly hidden gem. I don't think there's anyone else that really knows this.
Are you guys going for a dip?
How can you not?
I'm going for it.
Scorching hot.
So this little secret spot, it's a little rocky, but it's beautiful. If you want to find it,
You can basically plot St. Nicholas Church right here.
into Google Maps, and 30 minutes later, you'll be here. It is stunning. Let's go. That feels so good.
Yes, it does.
Not only is this a great spot to jump in the water, go for a swim, but it also has 2 secluded beaches where I saw almost nobody else around. Now with that, it's also quite remote, so maybe pack a lunch, definitely bring sunblock.
Every time I go places, I'm always the first one to burn, so.
You can handle a little bit more sun.
No, I can't. Well, the Mediterraneans and the Mexicans hang out. The Caucasians hide.
Now, if you didn't go for the sunrise run because you're hungover, then let this water be the thing that brings you back to life and snaps you out of that hangover.
So, just as we're biking by, I passed by one of the most beautiful beaches. It's called 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗡𝗦. 𝗧𝗨𝗥𝗡𝗦. And it is so gorgeous. People actually told me Mykonos doesn't have the nicest of beaches of all the Greek islands, but what I'm seeing here is beautiful.
My friend, Mykonos is not only party.
What else does it have?
Beautiful beaches.
Beautiful beaches. Just when you need him most. Wise Mykonos man always appears.
Now for lunch, I have the perfect spot, but be warned that if you don't get there at the right time, you could be left waiting in line for up to an hour. This is Kiki's Taverna, and Taverna is the name for a local Greek restaurant. There's many incredible ones on the island for you to go and explore, but Kiki's is the one I tried, and oh my gosh, it is incredible. And one of the best things about the restaurant is actually where it's located. Right beneath the restaurant is this beautiful beach where you can go swim. Now this beach is super popular, so it's no hidden gem, but this can be a really great way to go meet other people or just to experience the European beach vibes. When did we stop using vibe, ironically? Now, partying in Mykonos isn't just a nighttime thing. In fact, a lot of the beach clubs get going by midday, and one of them is 𝗦𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡. 𝗦𝗡𝗡𝗡𝗡 looks to be one of the most expensive beach clubs on the island, if not the planet. To park my scooter cost me 10 euros in a massive parking lot. Once I got in, they basically asked me if I wanted a table, to which I responded, I don't want to spend a down payment on a house today. And so they sat me down in what felt like the lobby. And the crazy thing was, when I went over towards the DJ booth, I wasn't allowed because that is where the table area was. You were not allowed into the fun area unless you had dropped thousands of dollars. So as I perused through a menu that quite literally insulted me for looking at the cheapest wine, or simple wine as we call it, for 15 euros. I started to feel like this wasn't really my place. Don't get me wrong though, the music was amazing. The place looked so beautiful and it actually had so much energy for those that were balling out in the fun area. But I'd much rather save that money for my Bali villa construction rather than have a memorable night out. So I'm giving the W to Scorpio because it had a far more open concept that allowed you to walk around without feeling excluded if you didn't want to drop thousands of dollars. Now after all this, whether you enjoyed the beach or one of the many incredible beach clubs, it's time to head back for some dinner, and I gotta tell you about one of the best restaurants because it just so happens to be where I'm staying. Now, the first thing you need to know about Kapatago is that it's not cheap. This is definitely one of the most popular hotels in the entire world. But if it's in your budget, then this is what you get.
I'll miss you if you go.
What I love about Kapatago is that it's actually more than just the Instagram photos you see. You've actually got this entire beach club aesthetic just waiting for you outside, overlooking the beautiful water of Mykonos. And the awesome thing is you're actually on the sunset side, so you get the most beautiful picturesque endings to every day. There's so many different kinds of rooms here. They've got the cave suite, they've got the heart suite, the incredible infinity pools, and even the diamond villa. And the cool thing is, even if you're not staying here, you can actually come to their restaurant called Maraki, and it is seriously so good. It is this incredible Mediterranean restaurant with a ton of different fusion foods. And the cool thing is, you don't have to be a guest here to come and experience it. So far, my favorite's been the ribeye, paired with their vegetable pesto macaroni. Their 𝗦𝗚𝗘𝗢𝗕𝗘 and their meze platter is absolutely insane. And the reason I suffered so much on this morning's run is I've been eating their tiramisu every single night. It's the best I've ever had. All in, if you add a couple drinks, don't be surprised if your bill racks up to over 100 euros per person. It's not cheap, but I have to say it's one of the better restaurants I've ever eaten at. It's a new day on the island, and as you're probably starting to see, there's a lot of reason people come to Mykonos. The island is big and small all at once, having enough land to go and explore, having a dozen or so beach clubs to keep it interesting and fun, having a good handful of restaurants and shops to keep you busy. The island is all about relaxation, partying, and being with friends. And for what it is, it's incredible at that. I really have enjoyed my time here. If I want to stay any longer, I might have to sell my left kidney, but honestly, what's the big deal? You got two of them. But straight up, this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and I know I'll be coming back, whether it be with a big group of friends or on a romantic getaway. And just like that, it is time for us to leave. We're heading to Milos, and if you want to stay tuned with all of the Greek islands that we visit to see which is best for you, then make sure to check out that playlist down below, hit the subscribe, and let's get lost again in the next one.